very last day of August 2024, and I'm about to head into New York to take care of some unfinished business. But first, here's an arrow preset at Montclair's Bay Street station, because this is as far as trains go on the Montclair-Boonton line on the weekends. And apparently they have this fare-free weekend for the Labor Day weekend. I don't even have to purchase a ticket. So, let's get on board. That was an arrow preset I was just on. And now I'm here at Newark Broad Street, where I must now transfer to a train going into New York for the rest of my journey.
But I don't know if they do that.
And here comes the aforementioned Penn Station train now. And most likely there's an ALP-46 providing the motive power.
This is fun.
Before I get to filming the remaining Home Alone 2 filming locations, I wanted to swing by here really briefly. This is Zabar's, a long-standing New York City grocery institution. It was mentioned in passing in the P.D.Q. Bach song Classical Rap, Schickele number 123. Yes, this is my little tribute to the late Peter Schickele. He died only a few months ago. P.S. Cancer can kindly piss off. That's my little mini sermon for the day. Let's move on. Yeah, this works. So I only mentioned Peter Schickele briefly because he supposedly discovered the works of P.D.Q. Bach. Really, I think he just wrote them himself and used the discovery as like a cover story. Anyway, thought I'd give my legs a rest before going into Central Park, as going up and down all those subway stairs does a number on your legs, especially if you're out of shape like me. So for the first filming location, I'm here at Inscope Arch in Central Park. Now, while this was used as the inspiration for where the sticky bandits were finally arrested after having a bucket full of birdseed dumped on them by the pigeon lady in Home Alone 2, this isn't what actually... Let me start that over. This isn't the actual location. Notice the lack of stairs on either side of the arch. No, this was recreated in a sound studio. Specifically for the movie. But yeah, it's always good to see a couple of bumbling criminals get their comeuppance for the last time in the movie. Let's move on. Now what you're seeing is Woolman Rink. This is where the sticky bandits were plotting their heist here in New York City. In winter, there's ice skating, of course, but here in summer, apparently, there's tennis instead. Okay, so it's actually pickleball. But hey, at least I got the Woolman Rink part right. Up next on the list of Home Alone 2 filming locations here in Central Park, I'm at Bethesda Terrace. Remember, this is where Kevin gave the sticky bandits the slip by sneaking into a horse carriage ride. For the next to last stop on the list of filming locations for Home Alone 2, this is 51 West 95th Street. However, this is not the facade of Uncle Rob's brownstone. That facade would have been found on Brownstone Street on the Universal Studios filming lot. So, while this is a real address, this would not be the place. And finally, we come to the Horace Mann building on the campus of Columbia University. This was where they filmed all the exterior scenes at the Children's Hospital. St. Anne's, they called it in the movie. And I want to say it was one of those two windows there where Kevin remembered two things. One of which was Mr. Duncan in the guise of a store clerk saying he was going to donate all the money to the Children's Hospital, and then Marv of the Sticky Bandits saying they were going to rob the place at, quote, midnight tonight, causing Kevin to proclaim, "You can mess with a lot of things, but you can't mess with kids on Christmas." out of Marble Hill. If you couldn't tell, I'm on a push-pull set. I was kind of hoping for an M3 or an M7, but what are you going to do? I'm going to ride all the way into Grand Central Terminal. And we're about to approach 125th Street. Give you a better angle here. That, by the way, was an M7 set that just passed us by a moment ago. Here comes another M7 set.
Once again, New Haven Harlem Line train. Harlem 122.
And soon I arrive at the world-famous Grand Central Terminal. Check out that ceiling there. Supposed to evoke the night sky. Fascinating stuff. The rest of the architecture isn't bad either. It's one thing to see Grand Central Terminal in YouTube videos, but it's another to see it with your own eyes. Just one thing though, don't you dare call it a station. They hate that. The staffers do, that is. And pretty soon I'll be going down that way to the Long Island Railroad. And this is the escalator shaft down to the Long Island Railroad platforms. Need to locate track 204 for the Babylon train, and from there I will transfer at Woodside to a Port Washington train to get out to Flushing. I know I started filming a little over halfway down, but I wanted to make sure I was stable enough on this escalator first. And is that supposed to be a compass rose or something? I don't know. Now here's the platform level of the Long Island Railroad Grand Central Terminal, of course. Now there goes a Port Jefferson train to Huffington. Looks to be made up of M7 cars. That's track 201 over there. I'm on track 202. The next Port Washington train to Port Washington. My destination will be Main Street, Flushing. That was my train out of Grand Central Terminal, an M7 set. Now to go over to the other side and wait for the next train to Penn Station. And here comes my return train to Penn Station. And not a moment too soon.